Hi there. I wanted to discuss what do you say? I wanted to discuss a conspiracy theory when it comes to narcissist people or toxic people. You may have heard about this thing called, and this is just, again, this is just my theory. And there's so many theories out there, I'm sure. I've heard quite a few myself. But a couple of years ago, I was, kind of looking into this CERN thing. CERN, I think it's spelled CERN. I can't remember what the each letter stands for, but it stands for something, scientific um, word or title. They gave it the name CERN, but it breaks down. Each letter means something. But you can always Google it and look it up to see what CERN actually means. But from my understanding, it's a facility that man has built over in I believe it's in Switzerland, some part of Switzerland. And anyway, it's supposed to be miles and miles on top of miles long. It's supposed to be so many miles across. You know, it's supposed to be so many miles down under the ground over there in Switzerland. And it's kind of in a nutshell what they're doing is trying to how should I say this? They're trying to replicate how the world got started. Um, some people I've heard the term that it was called something about the God particle or something like that. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. But anyway, they're trying to understand, and that's the thing about scientists. They're always trying to figure everything out. And but this CERN facility, my understanding is right now is closed. They had it going for a while. It's like a really let me see. When I saw it, looking at it online, it looks like a really big tunnel underground tunnel where this big warehouse, so to speak, is. That's the best I can explain. It's like a big ass warehouse underground for miles and miles and miles long, and as I said, so many miles across. Okay, so it's something about matter. It's something about matter that they put all these things together, particles. I don't know the scientific I don't know the scientific names for all this stuff, but hearing it, it's like I get it and I understand it. Almost like not being able to speak a different language that well, but you understand. With someone is saying in their native tongue, it's kind of like that. I get it. The explanation of CERN and what it's supposed to be for. But anyway, saying all that to say, this CERN machine or whatever you want to call it, when they turn it back on, for some reason they shut it down supposedly for 2019 and yeah, 2019, which is this year, of course, and 2020. And they're supposed to turn it back on in 2021. But my thing is, why? Why turn it off? Because what I've been understanding is that it was something about the power. Okay, so when they had it going, what was happening? It's almost like this thing is like a different. It's a different dimension almost. They can do this, turn this sewing machine on, and things can just start erupting on the earth. You know what I mean? Just all kind of stuff, things that we don't even understand. Even if we saw it with our, you know, with our the naked eye, we still wouldn't get it. But this machine or whatever it is supposed to be able to do some really supernatural stuff. It is crazy that they would even want to know or attempt to get so deeply involved with how the creation began, that they would go. This is not my personal words, but I heard so many people term it as how and who gives them the right, these scientists, to go and try to play God. Because again, CERN is about um, engineering a new, sort of speak, reality. Okay. And so I'm just trying to figure out, when they had it on and going for as long as it was, is that when all these demons came through? Was it like a portal to allow them to come through? Because I mean, we say every day that things are just getting worse by the day. You know how things used to be one way, and and now it's just forever changing for the worse. So yeah, this CERN machine, I'm wondering if it has something to do with all these walk-ins. Okay, the walk-ins, um, they're called walk-ins, the demons, the body snatchers, the spiritual agents. Um, but yeah, that possibly has something to do with a lot of the craziness that's going on in this world. And so when they turn it back on, supposedly in 2022, you know, what are we going to be dealing with then? Who freaking knows? If it's this bad now in the world, sheesh, I don't, that's going to be interesting. If, again, my theory has anything to do with being remotely accurate, demons have always existed. So, it may not have had anything to do. It may not have had anything to do with CERN. But my understanding is that this CERN machine has been in the making, not just within a few years ago. I mean, they've been making this gigantic, um how should I say, this gigantic devil of a machine, for decades on top of decades. Okay, so I think a lot of people just hearing about CERN maybe a few years ago. But yeah, they've been working on this thing, in different countries. Everybody's got their hand in the mix with this CERN machine. So yeah, you can do some research on it. You know, kind of draw your own conclusions. But yeah, demons have already. I mean, they've been here even before this building of CERN. But I feel like this stuff is deep. Who's backing the technology? Where is this technology coming from? Now that's really the question. It's, to me, it's got to be some higher intelligence, that tells us humans what to do. you know we're creative, I know, and I get that, innovative, but at the end of the day, some help is coming from somewhere. Okay, um some intelligence. Okay, that's why we keep recreating nature, things we're not supposed to be tampering with, like cloning people and messing with people's minds through the frequencies in the air, around us every day. These frequencies are specifically targeting us as a human race to do things that we really don't and wouldn't normally do. I think a lot of what's going on definitely has something to do with the way they're able to tap in with these frequencies, to cause us to do things that, again, that we shouldn't be doing. You ever get that little, you hear a little, it's like a constant ringing in your ear, you know? And some people say, oh, that's whatever that itis is called. I forgot, but it's itis something. Okay, and they'll tell us any and everything, and we'll just be so darn gullible and go for it. Oh yeah, they're ringing in the ear. Everybody has that. That's normal. Those are frequencies, okay? Those are frequencies, and sometimes those frequencies will tap in to your subconscious, and deal with you and deal with us in ways that we just don't even realize or know about. Okay, all right, but that's all I wanted to share. All right, see you soon.